First, let's set the record straight on oil. Sure, the US produces a lot, but American oil and Venezuelan oil? They are practically two different species. Think of it as champagne versus asphalt. American shale oil is the champagne. It's super light, sweet, meaning low sulfur, and almost as clear as water. It's fantastic for making gasoline. But here's the catch. It's actually too light. It's really hard to get diesel or heavy fuels out of it. Now, flip the coin to Venezuela. Their oil, mostly from the Orinoco belt, is the asphalt. Or think of it like thick molasses. It is so sticky that it won't even flow at room temperature. They literally have to inject steam just to melt it out of the ground. And this leads to a massive industry secret. US refineries can't really digest their own oil. See, the massive refineries along the Gulf Coast were built decades ago, and they were designed to run on a heavy diet. If you force feed them that light American champagne, it doesn't work. The efficiency tanks, and it can even damage the equipment. So, you get this weird trade-off. The US ships its champagne to Asia to make plastics, but then has to turn around and buy the asphalt just to keep its own refineries running. See? It's not about one replacing the other. It's about finding the perfect blend. But oil? That's just the appetizer. If oil defined the wars of the last century, what I'm about to show you will decide the tech wars of the future. Shift your eyes to the south bank of the Orinoco River. Here lies a zone the size of Portugal. It's a military-controlled area known as the Arco Minero, the Orinoco Mining Arc. This isn't just rock. This is an all-star collection of the most expensive elements on the periodic table. Look to the far east, gold. We're talking over 7,000 tons of reserves. But this isn't just money. Under sanctions, this became their survival currency. It was literally bartered for medicine and the Iranian gasoline. Move to the center, and you find the heavyweights, bauxite and iron ore. The iron here is so pure, you barely need to process it. It's practically ready to use straight out of the ground. But the real game changer is in the West. Buried here is something Silicon Valley and the Pentagon are absolutely drooling over: Coltan, or as we call it, blue gold. You know what this is? It is the essential ingredient for missile guidance, stealth fighter chips, and that iPhone in your hand right now. In the US, this strategic mineral is critically scarce. We rely 100% on imports. But in the Venezuelan jungle, in some spots, you can literally dig it up with a garden shovel. Think of the US as a hungry industrial beast. It has top-tier tech, massive military needs, and an aging power grid that's desperate for an upgrade. But what's missing? Raw materials, high-grade ore. And thanks to strict environmental laws, opening a new mine in the US, it's next to impossible. Now, look at Venezuela. It is a locked, unopened warehouse. It is stacked with heavy oil, mountains of bauxite, and blue gold. But it lacks the tech, the cash, and the supply chain to turn those rocks into chips. Of course, there is a dark side. A heavy moral price tag. Digging up these treasures is tearing apart the Amazon rainforest. But let's be real, that hasn't stopped the buyers. Right now, Venezuela is basically one giant piece in a massive geopolitical puzzle. Whoever holds the key to unlock this warehouse calls the shots for the future of energy and tech. Will the US reclaim control of its backyard? Or will this $2 trillion fortune flow to other buyers across the ocean? That is the real game being played behind the headlines.